Time for another what in the actual fuck moment, and this one is kind of disheartening. This one comes from the Maryland Medical Cannabis Community Group on Facebook. You know, I don't want to name names, but you know, if it's on Facebook, it's public. So my morals in check here. This young lady, Robin Davidson. Robin, I'm sorry I'm calling you out here, but I don't know you particularly, and just a little past the compassion moment here, and thank you for the inspiration, because what in the actual fuck, Robin? So Robin takes a screenshot of this picture where Culta is thanking all of its customers for being so supportive. And she writes, I can't make this shit up. She writes, real cute, y'all. Making every other patient trying to get their meds, and this is how you do it. I'm not the only one that thinks it's disgraceful. Who would pay $70 for some mediocre pot? Can't even call it cannabis. And even if any medical patient could afford that, I bet they weren't the first ones in line. And as for the line around the block, what type of look are you trying to bring? Some recreational trash that no one knows what's in it, Cali weed, bring the seeds in state, and how about the fact, this is a little, I don't want to be the grammar Nazi. And how about the fact is that the word is y'all were handing out seeds. Irregardless, I'll make it known, I've got a big mouth and the MMCC is on speed dial. So I hope you all are up to code. What in the actual fuck, Robin, or anybody else who would make such a bold statement? To back up, the MMCC is the Maryland Medical Cannabis Commission, who oversees all the regulation. And Robin, sweetheart, let's start off with the comment that I left right off the bat. And I left this from Civilian Platoon 420. Gosh, there are so many comments, I can hardly find mine. It didn't take long for the commenting to be turned off on this feed. But I first inquired, isn't this about a special event? And Ashley Jones, who is an awesome activist in the Maryland, DC area, replied, yes, it was the cookies launch at Culta. Okay, so this isn't just a typical day where the dispensary is getting its jollies off, watching people wait for their medicine that they so desperately need and want. This was a special event. They probably had giveaways. They probably had in-store appearances by representatives of both companies. I mean, who knows? It was an event. Actually, the last event that I was at at Culta, they had a band playing. So this dispensary always goes above and beyond to try to make things fun for its patients. So then the second comment that I left was, up to code? Are you saying that you would take actions to have these people shut down just for having a successful day? What is the motive on calling the police on somebody who's selling cannabis to an entire community who needs it? You guys, we have been living under the strict tyranny of prohibition for years. And whether you like your industry, the way it's set up in your state or not, these people are taking huge salary cuts from the average job. I mean, a trimmer is getting paid anywhere from $10 to $15 an hour, and they're doing twice the work that the average person does. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to grow cannabis? And then, on top of it, you have to work in a business space where you aren't allowed to have armed guards, therefore you cannot protect yourself. You aren't allowed access to the federal banking system, so what in the hell are you supposed to do with all your money? You're just leaving, these people are being left sitting ducks to anybody who wants to come by. But they're doing it. They're doing it despite all of the risk. And there is so much risk and so little monetary reward. Where the reward lies in this industry is in the fact that you know that you are a caregiver to hundreds, if not thousands of people in your community. who have been desperately waiting for this. And how dare anybody threaten to call out a store over some silly regulatory nonsense? Because why, Robin Davidson? Because why? Because they're providing a service to the community? Robin, I'm sure that you might have your guy down the street, and a lot of us still do. You know, a lot of us haven't left the gray market because we, like you said, we can't afford it. But others are grateful. And the fact that that's available to people is worth its weight in gold. So, once again, you guys hear me say it all the time. We pass joints, not judgment in this cannabis community. So, Robin Davidson, I would recommend you, maybe, you know, you said that your guy has this great product. Well, it doesn't seem like it's working too well for your anxiety and your anger. So my suggestion to you would be to hit up Culta on the day that they're having sales. I remember getting 8s for $30 down there, which is a lot more than the $10 8s that you can get here in Colorado. But irregardless, I've got to stop with the grammar now. Regardless, Robin, regardless of the fact that the prices may not be where you'd like them to be, these people are still providing a great service to the men and women of the cannabis community in Maryland. And to hear anybody who claims to be a cannabis smoker and a part of this community threaten regulatory action on another facility or another human being, it just twists me to my core. However, I do know that this community on a whole is a whole lot better than that. I don't want to judge you, Robin. You may just be having a bad day. You may have gotten misinformation about what was going on. But hopefully this clears it up. Culta, Commander-in-Chief approved, 100%. I love you guys. I love what you do. I love that you are fearlessly functioning in the middle of Baltimore City, one of the most dangerous towns in America, without any armed guards, without any access to a banking system, and making significantly less than every other business in that city, likely even the food truck drivers. So, to anybody who wants to pass judgment on anybody in this community who is providing a service, shame on you. What in the actual fuck, people? We are way better than this.